Dr. Quinn, you know, there's this accelerated effort to find a vaccine, and some folks and our scientists are saying that they're doing it very safely, but people are concerned because politically they're hearing things that maybe it would be dangerous to take. What is your take on all this?
Well, right. Well, I actually did a lot of research on this, and basically I was very pleased. Recent report on CNN that just recently came out, 9 vaccine makers, and this includes big companies that are included, such as AstraZeneca, Biotech, Pfizer, Merck, Johnson & Johnson. All of these companies came together and signed a pledge stating that they were not going to deviate from the standard. The bottom line is, in the healthcare community, especially for physicians, our number one goal is to cause no harm. So that means that we have to put safety before every other thing on the table. And the most important thing to understand is these companies understand that, and they are not going to compromise safety. Now, there is a little bit of an expedite of the process, but you have to understand that we're in a very unusual time, and it's time that we do expedite the process, but just know that these companies are committed to safety, and that's what's most important.
Dr. Quinn, we hear a lot of people talking about that some of these manufacturers, and some of the news reports say that they're in phase 3 trials for some of this. And of course, I wouldn't know what a phase 3 trial is from anything. So to kind of explain the process, what would it take to get one of these, or any amount of them, of these vaccines on the market?
Well, what the deal is, we are entering phase 3 with some of these companies, and that's the final stage as far as the research before the manufacturers put it out to the general public, which is pretty much phase 4. But once you're in phase 4, that's when individuals are using it. But at the same time, the manufacturers are still receiving reports from physicians and patients of any adverse events. But the good news is, I mean, even though we're going very fast, and just note that, as I said, we're in a very unusual time. I mean, there is a big need for a vaccine because people are losing their lives. And these are vulnerable people, such as our senior citizens, our grandmother, our grandpa, people that we love. So it's really time that we really, go fast, but still maintain safety. And just note that a lot of governments, a lot of organizations have put forth a lot of financial resources. So right now, these pharmaceutical companies, they have unprecedented financial resources, so they're able to move the trials along more quickly because they have the resources and the backing of even the United States government. So just note that, as we go through these phases, even though it's going fast, it's for a purpose, and it's a purpose of good. And just note that safety is not being compromised because the FDA, which is the governing body in the United States, they're not going to let them put the vaccine out if it's not safe, because, as I said before, the number one goal is to cause no harm.
Yeah. I got one real quick question.
Go ahead.
Okay, but, because we got less than a minute here, let me just ask you simply, you know the process and what it takes to get a medicine on the market. If a vaccine were released, would you take one of the first doses?
I would, because I've done the research, and I've seen the protocol, and I've participated in research before, and I know that it's a very laborious process, and they're going through every step as requested. I mean, and they're seeing, right now in the research, they're having tens of thousands. I want to say Pfizer has 30,000 already people in their research protocol. So they're going through the numbers. It's just going a little bit faster because there's such a need, and they have the resources. And right now, what we need is a vaccine because, like I said, people are losing their lives.
All right, Dr. Quinn, it's funny because just a few weeks ago, I asked my doctor, I had a checkup, internal medicine doc, and I asked him, would you take it? And he said, I would. Wow. So, yeah, he's on the same page there.
I'll be right in line behind you then, Doc. If you'll take it, I'll take it.